Hey everyone, thanks for checking out today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed the last video I did on this car. This is my 2008 Civic Si with the original K20 Z3 engine, and recently I turbocharged it with a PRL Turbo Kit and did a dyno video. And a lot of guys were asking, can I do a first impressions or a driving video? So this is my attempt at making a driving video for you guys. So we're gonna see how it turns out. I'm gonna do this camera. I have another camera outside the car. I have another camera in a follow car, and I'm gonna try to capture some drive-bys and things like that. And let's just see how this turns out, because by no means am I a professional. I'm just trying to do this so that you guys can get a taste of it. And you know what, I like doing this stuff, so let's see how it works out. All right guys, so we're in the car. I'm gonna drive, give you my impression of it. It is still on the stock clutch, and it is still holding up, but it does slip a little bit depending on how you drive it. So the stock clutch has been fine, except if you power shift it, it is not strong enough, or doesn't grab hard enough to catch, and what happens is it'll slip then. But if you're gentle with it and you shift kind of easily, it catches and it holds the power. So we are definitely going to swap in a new clutch very soon, because it's not holding up. But it was an interesting test, and I wanted to see how it would perform. And it does the job, but it's not good enough. So I think I'm gonna swap in a competition stage 2 clutch, because those clutches are actually like super nice to drive. I've used them before. I've tuned many customers' cars before with competition stage 2 clutches. They drive like stock and they hold the power. So it'll most likely end up with a competition stage 2 clutch. If it ends up with something else, I'll let you know, and then maybe we'll do another video. So why don't we get started? Alright guys, so first impressions, like, it's fantastic. I love this car. I liked it before when it was NA. The turbo has just made it that much better. One of the best things about the turbo, and besides the power obviously, is it is so quiet now by comparison. If it's an NA K series with a 3-inch exhaust, no matter what exhaust is on there, it's going to be loud. It was loud, but now with the turbo setup and the same 3-inch exhaust, it's not that loud, and it sounds really good. I'm super happy with it, and it's super nice to drive. Like, it's a perfect setup. It drives basically the same as it did before when it was NA, when you're out of boost, and then when you roll into the throttle, like, just give it like 20-25% throttle, it picks up and it just keeps pulling and pulling. And the more you feed it, the more it pulls. If you floor it, it does overwhelm the tires, so you basically have to feather the throttle a bunch. everyone always asks me what they should do to their cars. I'm like, just go turbo. Don't waste your time with full bolt-on. If it's in your budget, just go turbo. There's no beating it. It works so well, and if you do it properly, don't cheap out on stuff, it will be reliable. Like the PRL Turbo Kit is fantastic. It fits really well. It's proven to be very reliable. That is just my recommendation. So I don't think I mentioned this, but I am in Mexico right now, so we'll see if I can get some pulls here in Mexico and just give you a taste of what the car is like. Third gear, just cruising right now. Fourth gear. That's third gear, downshift. That's like honestly, this thing is fantastic. It's got the perfect amount of power, stock engine, should be super reliable. Still the stock clutch, so it's super nice to drive. Let's put it in fourth again. Fourth gear, this is like 5,000 RPM. Roll into it. Try to drive the car, let you guys hear it. Try not to talk too much over the car. So fourth, fifth, sixth. So sixth, it's not loud. Let's close the sunroof. Sixth gear, 3,000 RPM. Super nice. It's not too loud. The exhaust is not droning. Fifth, fourth, let's roll into some boost. Fantastic. Like, fourth gear is so awesome. Alright guys, let's see if we can do a little 1, 2, 3 pull maybe. Or maybe just 2, 3 pull. First, shift to second, straighten out, roll into it. Just spinning. Plenty of power, guys. And the clutch holds. As long as you don't power shift it, the clutch holds, but I have made it slip. If I do a full pull in second gear and then shift really quickly to third, it will slip a bit there, and you can smell the clutch slipping. But for the most part, like for normal driving, technically this stock clutch is holding up. But like I said, I'm gonna switch it to a better clutch and then maybe do another video and see how it goes. One thing I gotta say, guys, is this is honestly such a good amount of power. Like, obviously, everyone wants more. More is better, right? But 420 horsepower in this setup is really good. Like, everyone comes to me and I want 500 horsepower, I want 600 horsepower, I want 700 horsepower, 800 horsepower. But they usually have not experienced, like, the 400 horsepower. And the one thing is, like, this is a perfect amount of power for this chassis. 500 is great, 600 is great as well, but like it overwhelms the tires. This car only makes 420 horsepower, 290 foot-pounds torque, and it spins the tires no problem. It overwhelms them easily. So any more, you're just gonna spin even more. But all I'm trying to say is, if you guys are looking to build a setup, don't think you have to shoot for 500, 600 horsepower right away. Experience the 400 horsepower first, and then go up from there. That's my advice. It's like nowadays 600 horsepower is the new 400. Everyone says, oh, I'll just make 600 horsepower, I'll make 700, 800 horsepower, 1,000 horsepower. In a front-wheel drive setup, anything more than 400 is usually useless on the street. So I just wanted to mention that because I get that statement so often. Oh yeah, I'm shooting for 600 horse on my stock engine. Like, cool, no problem. K-Series can do it, but realistically, you probably only need 450, 500 even. From when it got taken off to put the turbo kit in, and it's rolling around. I really should have taken it out. Hopefully the mic is not picking it up, but either way, if it's picking it up, that noise, that's just the header rolling around in the trunk, unfortunately. I have to say, the car was lots of fun NA, but with the turbo setup, it is night and day difference. It's basically twice as fast, and like, I don't know, I know I've said it a lot, but it really is like the perfect amount of power. Throttle, because it just overwhelms the tires if I give it any more than that in like second, third gear. So it's honestly perfect as is. More is great, but this is a good amount of power. And realistically, it's gonna get more power soon. Once we get another clutch in there, we'll get the boost controller up and running, and we'll shoot for, I don't know, 500. We'll see what it does. One other thought while I have about driving this car is what my RSX is going to be like once it's completed, because obviously the all-wheel drive is going to make a huge difference when it comes to traction, because all this power overwhelms the front tires, and the RSX will make at least this much power, if not more, probably a lot more torque because K20 power. but it's going to be all-wheel drive, so it's not going to have the same traction issues. And in a case like that, I definitely think 500-600 horsepower is probably going to be the right amount of power. But oh, here, let's do a pull. Fantastic. This car is so fun. Throw it into 6th, cruise. So nice. So nice and civilized. It's basically like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It has two personalities. It's normal, sedate driving car that you can drive daily, and when you step on it, you got your 400 horse. It's fantastic in my opinion, and it's only going to get better once we get the clutch in, make more power. It should be super cool. Anyways, guys, that's probably enough for this video. Hopefully I've captured a bunch of driving to share my thoughts and the experience of driving this car. If you do like the video, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions, please feel free to post up in the comments. I do my best to try to answer the comments. But anyways, that's about it for this video. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.